I like that beat. It's very smooth. Oh,
Mine's up. Mine's up, everybody. How y'all feeling today?
good.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I see some really positive light that just shined through on this call. I felt it. I see it. And the love is definitely in here tonight. We have had such an amazing interview. I am just going to, I'm all about love. So I'm going to let the rest of that record play while we were in the waiting room and we were just chilling a little bit. It's going to be about another good 30 seconds, and we're just going to have everybody just think love right now. When this song comes on, I want you guys to just dive in to the vibration of love. Just dive into this warmness. I want you guys to just feel the light wherever you are, whether you're in your car, whether you're in your room, whatever it is you're doing. I want you to just feel yourself completely with universal love, with light, joy, so that we can channel all that positive energy to Don tonight on his wonderful interview that's getting ready. And not only that, so that we can channel that love and light to one another, because that's what it's all about. If one thing that the world needs now, it's LOVE. We need that love. And the only way for us to change the vibration on the planet is if we all collectively come together and do things like this and feel that love, just in a group like this, with one another, listening to some music that is of love, of a high vibration, and it allows us to raise our vibration, and it allows us to do what we do. Minute, and then we're going to get started into Donald's interview. Everybody that tuned in on the call, please push your mute buttons, because I don't want to hear your background. So please mute yourself. And let's let love lead us on. Continue. Here we go.
My heart tells me so, and love will lead us on. And on and on and on and on and on, lead us on. And love will lead
White light,
us
guys.
on.
White light. White light.
On and on and on, will lead us on. And on and on, and love will lead us on.
Hey, pick that up.
Right.
Okay.
Please mute yourself, guys.
That's fine.
All right. And just make sure everybody that's in your house is quiet, okay?
Everybody's quiet, yeah.
Strange but true, I was dreaming of a white swan outside.
All right. Welcome to the Minds Up Radio Show with your host, Takiyah Diamond. And we have such an amazing show tonight. We have an amazing guy who you are all familiar with, especially if you're listening in on this call. And tonight we have, I call him my brother because we talk a lot on the phone and we talk about all kinds of stuff. So we have Donald Angelo Charles on the line with us tonight. Don is an empath who began his personal development journey back in 2007. He loves helping people change and move forward in their life by sharing techniques that he has learned to master for himself. He's been inspired by many greats such as Tony Robbins, Les Brown, Bob Proctor, and so many more. Don found a love for learning the different ways to raise our vibration and stay on a positive path in the light. With all this knowledge that he has gained, what he has done is he's chosen to show many others how to walk in their life purpose and live on purpose rather than die by default. He has also showed them how to raise their vibration and how to be positive people of love and light. Now, health and wellness and fitness has also become the next love of Don. When Don's mom was actually diagnosed with cancer, he decided that he wanted to go a little bit deeper and get a bit more information when it came to health and how to stay vibrant and how to stay healthy. And when his mom experienced this, it inspired him to not only better his health, but extend the knowledge that he had about how to better your health to others. So Don has come up with this very bright idea to join a wonderful team of people who actually provides health and wellness products that give you the ability to lose weight, increase your vitality, and even get a good night's sleep. And Lord knows I could use one of those by the time we get off this call. So you will definitely be able to connect with Don when we're done with this call. He's going to give you guys some wonderful information on how you can reach him and, become, get in on some of the products that he has. So, welcome, Don.
Thank you, Takiyah. You're awesome. I love you. You're awesome.
Thank you, and I love you too. So, the first thing I want to do is I want you to tell the people, tell us, who is Donald Charles? Who are you?
Yeah. Well, that's a great question. I mean, I don't know. I can probably go on for days, but we don't have that much time. Let's see. I am an empath. You explained a little bit of that, and I say empath because the first time that I actually had an experience as an empath was when I was a kid, and I was on Belmont Avenue in Belleville going into the Pathmark with my mother, and I don't know, I had to be about 5 or 6 years old, and I seen a kid holding his mother's hand, and I just felt sadness, and it stuck with me for days. It stuck with me for days. It actually was, it did something to me physically. So I didn't know what an empath was till like 2009. Somebody told me that they were an empath, and I said, "What's that?" And it's empathetic, and I learned that. So, yes, I am an empath. I feel people, what they're feeling, and I want to take on their sadness for them. But unfortunately, we can't do that. So,
can you hear me okay?
Yes. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Okay, go ahead.
So what I've learned from that was how to strengthen my inner self, my intuitions, and throughout life, personal development was a big part back in 2007. And I was introduced to Tony Robbins and Steve Covey and Les Brown and all these great gurus that are out there that have changed so millions and millions of people. And I just started my journey with personal development, and I've always been in and out of it. And I would go to a seminar, I would come back from a seminar, and I would come back to reality, and things would just be like, okay, and I would try to hang on. And a lot of people can relate to that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's always a challenge to, stay on track. It's easy to get there when you're surrounded by people who are on the path, but when you kind of come away from that and you're back into the old world, it requires some true strength and discipline to stay on track so that you don't lose yourself. But that's a whole nother question, and we're going to get into that later. But thank you so much for letting us know who Don is, So that brings me to ask, Don, with all of these wonderful mentors that you've mentioned tonight, what would you say is a day like in the life of Donald Charles? Like when you get up in the morning, what are some of the daily processes or rituals or things that you practice to help you keep your day on the up and up?
Okay, thank you. So I wake up 4:05. I'm sorry, 4 o'clock a.m. No, 4:05. It is 4:05. So 4:05 my alarm goes off.
Okay.
I snooze till 4:10, and at 4:10, I know I have to just get up. I have to get up because I leave my house around 4:55, 5. And when I get up, I hit my Keurig, and I have my phone with me because my phone doesn't leave me. That's another story. We'll get into that later. But I'll go right to YouTube, and I'll go to positive affirmations. That's what I usually do. And I tweak it sometimes. Sometimes I'll put on some Les Brown. Sometimes I'll do some Tony Robbins. It depends on where I want to go, what I want to feel. Sometimes I'll just put on some like classical music or some meditational music, and I'll just let it go as I go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, do my thing there, come out, have my coffee, and I'll prepare my lunch for the day and stuff like that. And then 5 o'clock, I'm usually in my Jeep headed to work. And I know once a week I do a video. I like to post a video, and I'll post a video, just a minute, 30 seconds, 2 minutes of such, something inspirational, to get the juice flowing,
Yeah.
And then Facebook. I mean, this is how I met you, and
Yes.
I think everybody that's listening to this webcast right now.
Right.
And I post in a lot of groups every morning in Facebook, and in 100 groups every morning, something inspirational, something motivational, or it's a video, of such. And I want people to know that, it's okay to feel what we feel, whether it's sadness, it's anger, it's happiness, it's joy, and all of these feelings are temporary. And we have to, and I said it earlier, and before we got on the webcast, progressive solutions.
Right.
We want to continue to progress into solutions, so we have tools and resources that we could grab onto when we're going through something, and to know that it's okay to be going through what it is that we're going through. It's a part of who we are becoming.
This is true. And I admire you for that, to actually take the time out to get up early and post on Facebook so that people can have that inspiration. Because a lot of times I don't think people realize how much we really inspire each other. You never know what someone else may be going through. But, one of my biggest things that I talk about in my book is that we don't go through anything. We grow through everything, because everything that we grow through in life is just an experience that is allowing us to, open up a door to be prepared for the next experience that we may experience that's close to that one, or either help someone else get over what we've already experienced, so they may not have to relive what you may have, experienced for yourself. So I encourage people to, no matter what it is that you're growing through at that time. I mean, with all due respect, don't play victim. Victimization is not a solution. Victimization and just kind of feeling like you're a victim for every single thing actually makes the problem bigger. It does not solve the problem, so you just kind of want to learn how to accept it, share it, but share your experience with the solution. Like, what I learned from this was to put myself first, to not allow other people to control my thoughts or my feelings, things like that. You know what I mean? Because that's how we teach each other, rather than having each other feel sorry for one another. When we do that, we lower the vibration on the planet, we lower the vibration within ourselves, and then we attract a whole bunch of negative things that we do not desire. And I always say, what you feel, you make real. So anytime you feel jacked up, that's what you're bringing back to yourself, you know? So
Yeah.
I definitely take my hats off to you for that, you know, and I definitely appreciate you getting out there and, you know, putting it out there to the world, something positive, because everybody can use something, you know, positive about themselves. So with that being said, we do all go through some challenges, especially when we're coming into the awakening ourselves. What was it that brought you into this place? You know, what was your experience that brought you into knowing that something different, you were something different, or something different was happening to you?
That's a great question, and I go deep with that. So when I was a child, I always felt that I was different. I always felt that I cared more, and it was because of the empath.
Right.
I would feel bad for people if someone made fun of them as a joke, even if it was everybody having fun with it. So as I got older, I realized that I had this. I didn't know it was empath, though. I didn't know what it was called.
Right.
So it was a struggle trying to figure out what it was and why am I this way. And then I came across a friend of mine who introduced me to Tony Robbins and Steve Covey, and I just fell in love with the energy and the people. You know, I related to them. They were a lot like me. And so I just started my journey with that. And it was about a year ago, 13 months ago, where I made a decision that I was going to do this every day of my life. Every day of my life, I was going to do at least an hour of meditation, personal development, some inspiration, something that was going to enlighten me and raise my vibration. And as I was consistent with that, it allowed me, I was growing and I wanted to share that. I couldn't just keep it inside of me and not do anything with it. I needed to let it out and share it. And I've been doing that all along, and I've developed amazing relationships. I mean, through social media. I mean, we talk on the phone, Takiyah.
Yeah, right.
And so many other people. I have phone conversations during the week, and it's like we were neighbors and we're just catching up again, you know?
Right.
And I just want to share, and there's a lot of people that they're going through relationship problems, financial problems, career problems. And I think that, you know, it's okay to have that. That's a part of who we are becoming. And like you said, growing. I like what you said before, earlier. But we're growing into the person we want to become, and we want to change our thoughts. We want to think, like, and we shared prior to the webcast, you know, I drive a truck during the day. And as I'm driving, I'm looking through the rear view mirrors and I'm looking ahead and I'm thinking. And then as I'm thinking, I'm getting lost in my thinking and I'm going back into my past and I'm thinking about somebody will cut me off and I get triggered to think about something, a pain, you know, and it's a body pain. And that body pain can make me be angry and want to react. But when we realize and understand what's going on and what we're feeling and why we're feeling it, it's because there's a message that's being sent to us that we need to work on it. We need to understand it, appreciate it, love it, nurture it, and if it's not serving us anymore, let it go. And how do we let that go? It doesn't. Sometimes we want to hold on to it because it feels good. It's like a codependency.
It is. It is.
And we hold on to it, but we hold on to it until we can't anymore. And then we have to let it go. And it's something more universal. It's universal. And then we change our thoughts. You know, if you're saying to yourself, I can't do that, or I can never do that, start telling yourself the opposite and start thinking the opposite. And what we shared about too was about the Ho'oponopono. I mean, I don't know. Should we get into that now?
No, almost. We're gonna get into that. And thank you for sharing. You know, thank you for sharing that that scenario as far as you know, being in a car and somebody cutting you off, and then certain emotions getting triggered. We know one of the ultimate vibrations is love. And whenever we feel anger, frustration, and fear and these type of things, we are not in the vibration of love. So we can always tell when we're in the wrong place. I know one thing that happens to me often is when I'm driving and someone cuts me off, I don't get raged anymore. I just see it as this person really, they're not even in their right mind right now. So am I going to jump into their vibration because they're not paying attention? You know, or am I going to make sure that I'm aware and that I'm paying attention and not scared of living daylights out of them? You know what I mean? And then also keep myself from being frustrated as well. So usually I don't blow the horn, but my other half, he is the passenger and he blows the horn. Beep! And it's so funny because I look at him, I'm like, why did you blow the horn? And he's like, because didn't you see this fool? He just so it's like he feels the emotions for me. Like I don't have to because he does. but I get his point. You know, his point is like, oh my God, this person just cut you off. But I've become such a different person, and I understand the importance of how I feel at all times is the only thing that matters. And at any time I jump into those things, I'm not in a high vibration of love to it, because we got a choice to either let that bother us or let it just take it for what it is. This person just cut me off. Either they were on their phone or their mind is all over the place. You don't know if they just had a fight with their husband, their wife, or whatever the case may be. Whatever. You know, they didn't get hurt. I didn't get hurt. I mean, it's fine. I'm like that with almost everything in my life. And sometimes my fiance, he says, like, you're just so passive. I don't think that I'm passive. I speak up when I need to speak up. Put it that way. You know, I just feel like I don't have the energy to waste my energy on something that's not going to do anything for me. If it's going to take me out of alignment, why am I going to waste my time on that? You know? So, and that's where the Ho'oponopono comes in at, because you don't really learn those things about yourself until the universe begins to reveal all these different processes to you on how to heal those aspects of yourself, you know? And so we're going to get into the Ho'oponopono in just a moment. So tell me about the people that you serve and what made you want to work with these type of people.
Okay. So personal development, you know, I mean, I look at a guy like Tony Robbins. The guy can impact millions of people for 3 days in a row and stand on stage and have all this energy. And it's like, how does someone of his how does somebody do that? How does someone stay on stage and one of his seminars goes 7 days. And it's like, how do you stay on stage for 12, 13 hours for 7 days straight? It's like, and you have all this energy, and it's coming from the universe. It's coming from being healthy.
Right.
So I look at that like, you know, he pours greatness into people. And I was able to have some of that greatness. And I just want to share that with people. And I know people everybody's going through something.
Absolutely.
Everybody wants to change something about themselves, whether it's their health, whether it's their mindset, the way they think, their relationship, finances. Everybody wants to change something. It's like, so how do we do that? What are we going to do next? Like, let's get the blueprint printed out. Let's draw it up. And figure out what it is exactly that we want in our lives, and what are we where do we got to go from point A to B, and so on and so forth. How are we going to make that happen? who is going to be the people that we allow in our lives to mentor us. You know, we need mentors in our life. We need to ask people and look for the right people. And in the beginning, for me and for a lot of people I know, it was hard. It was a struggle in the beginning. Like 13 months ago, I knew that I wanted to help people. I wanted to help people with their health. I wanted to help people with just their finances, their goal, just their goal.
Right.
And as I was going about doing that, I was trying to figure out, how am I going to do this? Growing up, we're rich, right? When we're born, we're rich.
Right.
When we're coming out of the womb, we are rich.
Absolutely.
And then we're taught by our parents, by our teachers, by all these people, our peers, that, you know, how I was brought up was, if somebody had so much money, they were rich in abundance with finances, it was like, they're too good for us, or they're stuck up. And that's how I was raised. And I became a part of that generation that thought
right. And so far from the truth, though.
And when you think about like these like celebrities like Tom Cruise, like, and I'm talking about finance now, just
right.
situation.
Okay.
Like, to them, making money is easy.
Right.
There's nothing to it, because they grew up in a mindset where, you know, they didn't think that someone who had money is different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So 35 years old, 34, when I was 34, I wanted to change these things. So that's what I started doing. I started changing my mindset, because and you want to change the people you hang with. So I hang around with people now that we want more, and we're going for it. And we don't care what other people think. And I don't say that in a negative way.
Right.
A lot of people are uneducated and misinformed, and we want to educate them.
Right.
And I've had people that I've known for years that told me that I thought I was crazy. What are you doing that for? Why are you doing that? And it's like, just support me. You don't have to like what I'm doing.
Right.
But let me educate you a little bit on why I'm doing what I'm doing. But unfortunately, there's people out there that they go about life that way, you know, and they have to find their own way.
Absolutely. This is true. You know, I mean, we can't change everybody. We can only assist people who wish to be changed, you know, and I learned that. You know, it was challenging, because we all naturally, even just as being empathic people, want the best for everyone. Even people who hurt us, we still want the best for them, you know. And so because we want the best for them, you know, we settle in some ways in ourselves just because we want to see other people happy, you know. But only thing we can do is really just kind of open up the door, but they got to be responsible for walking through, you know, that door. So, Ho'oponopono. This is like one of those tongue twister words. Tell me about your experience with Ho'oponopono, and how maybe you can give the audience maybe like the words that are used, or how you utilize the process of Ho'oponopono to heal yourself, and what they will experience in this process.
So I'm really excited to share about this, because I've been doing this for a little while now, and it's opening me up, and I'm forgiving myself, my inner child. So Ho'oponopono it's a Hawaiian tradition for anybody who doesn't know what it is. And I posted it during the week, you know, what it was, and a link to it. And you could Google it. So it's HO'oponopo, Ho'oponopo. So what it is, it's a type of meditation in a Hawaiian tradition that you tell yourself throughout the day out loud. You could say it, you could in your mind, and it's just like positive affirmation. So I'm sorry, please forgive me, I thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. And saying that to yourself over and over again throughout the day. And what I'm finding now is from doing it, I mean, like, it's bringing me to so many places. I'm going to events in my childhood that I'm actually, I'm having a conversation with myself as a child. And it's very uplifting. It's very nurturing. It's emotional.
Yeah.
It's sentimental, you know?
It's definitely emotional. I think most people who experience it, and I'm going to suggest everybody who's on this call to, I don't care who you are, what you've tried, or what you believe in, or anything like that. I think that each of us, it's important to dig a little deeper into that inner child in you who's still living. Like, even though we have all matured in our own way, we may be older, but that inner child voice is still there. And sometimes it cries out, and it cries out by sometimes making us angry at certain things, or it cries out by making us feel sad when we're trying to do something, but that thought comes in your head like, oh no, but you know, I want to do this, but nobody's gonna like it when I do it. That's not your mature mind. Your mature mind knows this is what I want, this is what I'm gonna do, and this is what I gotta do to get it done. But that child in you, that inner child, it still hasn't matured yet. So it's like you gotta kind of go back to that space and let that inner child know that it's okay now. You know, she or he doesn't have to live in that fear anymore, and that you can go forward, and that, you know, you guys can be okay. And the way to do that is the way that Don said, is by acknowledging it and saying sorry to that inner child, that side of yourself. Because if you keep suppressing it, it's just going to keep coming back. It's just going to be a bunch of different things. It's just going to keep triggering you and making you feel those same emotions that you felt as a child, or when somebody hurt you in your love life or your family life. It's just going to keep resurfacing until you go back, you know, into that space and say, because we're all responsible, you know, for our own realities, you know, the things that we're growing through in our life. We're responsible for them. We don't know that initially until you come into an awakening state and you're taught that, but we are responsible, you know. So, Don, I would definitely say after your interview, repost that, you know, the video, so that the people that are on the call will have a chance to experience that for themselves. Share with us maybe like the one experience that it broke you free from the most.
Okay. Wow. I gotta say, just before we got on the call, probably about an hour and a half ago, I did an hour of Salfagio meditation, and I'll explain real brief what that is. It's these frequency meditation for high vibrations, and I also do that. So I implemented the Salfagio meditations. If you go to YouTube, you could type in Salfagio, and I was doing forgiveness. There's a forgiveness frequency. And as I was doing that, I also was doing the whole Oponopo with it. So as I was feeling the volume, and when you do a Salfagio frequency, you want to put earplugs in or earphones in your ear and do it and listen to the noise that's going on, the vibration. And I was continuing in my mind. It was just, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. And it was just over and over again. And I didn't want to let go. Like, I think I could have stood there for like another 3 hours. Like, it was right in the center of here. And it was like, I always had this bit of anger. A bit of anger where it became my motivator. And I felt like this light just like coming through me from the universe. It may sound strange to some, but it was really opening me up. And as I kept saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I thank you, I love you, like, I just kept getting more and more intrigued. It was like my goals. And it was like I felt and seen what it was I want, everything that I do and why I do it. It was right there in front of me, like my dreams, my goals, me and my house, the house that I want. It's the car I want to drive, getting on a plane and traveling, being on stage and speaking, like those things are right there. And as I was thinking about it, when you're saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I thank you, I love you, like you get them thoughts where it's like, what are you doing this for? And then all of a sudden it's just gone because you just keep
because you're clearing it.
It's like you're in the gym and you're pushing and you're feeling you can't do the last one and you're pushing that rep and you're getting you got. And then like you do it and you're like, yes,
I did it.
It's like a breakthrough. And real quick, yesterday I had a team training and it was a breakthrough. And what we did, we had wooden boards. And we wrote on the boards every emotion that we feel that holds us back from what we feel. And every person, place, thing that we wrote on these boards that holds us back from what we want. And then we all gathered together, there were 100 of us, and somebody would hold it. We had 2 professional board breakers there, and they showed us how to do it. And we thought about everything that we was holding us back, and we broke through the boards, and it was just
nice.
Experience.
Awesome. That's lovely. So I want you to get a chance to talk about your health product line and, you know, how people could get on that. I do see, I think we have about maybe 2 minutes left, but what I usually do is I let the first part of the interview be about you. And then the second part of the interview is about, you know, what you do and your processes and, you know, how you can help people. So guys, if you guys are tuned in right now, probably within the next minute or two, the call will drop off, but just log right back in and we're going to pick right back up so that Don can share with you guys this wonderful product that he has to share with everyone about what to increase your vitality, help you lose weight if that's what you're looking to do, just everything, you know what I mean? Some really powerful things. So please definitely come back in on a call, share the link so that other people can log in and hear what it is that he has to offer. But real briefly, just in case there's anybody who can't get back on, share with them how they can reach you.
Okay, so guys, Facebook, Donald Angelo Charles. I don't have the link there. It's just Donald Angelo Charles. You can see my face. I'm bald. I'm really good looking. So, I mean, you can find me. Donald Charles 730 at Gmail is my email. You can find me there. The website is still in work in progress. So.
All right. Don't worry about it, guys. This is going to cut us off in just a few seconds. Please, let's all hang up and come right back and support Donald Charles. We love you.